Hello again. We are back for another week of BTB Wrestling Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this past week of wrestling like we did. I am your co-host, Cam Burnett. With me, as always, your other co-host, Dylan Sudds. Sudds, how are you today?
I'm really good today. There was tons of action over the weekend, so let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So we'll start off with NXT Chicago. The first match we saw in that pay-per-view was Roderick Strawn facing Erick. Great first match for this pay-per-view. We saw my boy Roddy coming out with a win here, so this was a great way to start off the weekend.
Yeah, it was a perfect opening match for NXT Takeover.
Yeah, and after this match, Roderick Strong was really hitting home that this is about family now, and he's doing it for his family.
Yeah, so solid way to start. Next up, we had my match of the entire week. Maybe even one of the matches of the year.
Yeah, very, very good match.
So it was Pete Dunne against Tyler Bate for the UK Championship. And, oh my god.
Yeah.
This was amazing.
Yeah, this was unreal.
It was so good. So Pete Dunne ended up winning. He ended up beating Tyler Bate, so he's your new UK champion.
Which I know you're happy about.
Yeah, I predicted that one, which was really all I got right.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with that because Pete Dunne is amazing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, actually, that this match was so early in the card.
Yeah, this match could have friggin' main evented any show.
Yeah, it stole the show, that's for sure. So next we had the triple threat match for the NXT Women's title, where we saw, as I predicted, Asuka retaining her title successfully, and this was good. I really enjoyed this match. It was a hard-fought match. Like, these girls, I'd watch this match again, actually. Like, if they did it again in the next TakeOver, I would have no problem with it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Hopefully they can make it a Fatal 4-Way, though, with Ember Moon.
I think Fatal 4-Way would be just that much better.
Yeah, that's definitely. For sure.
And I think, so like you said, Asuka picked up the win, and she's been the champ for a year and a half.
Yep.
I don't know when it's ever going to end, if it's ever going to end by someone beating her, but...
No, this seemed like it was the perfect chance to take it off of her, and she still retained it.
Yeah, so I think Ember Moon very well might be the one to take it off her in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
The next we had Bobby Roode defending his title against Hideo Itami. This was a solid match. Surprised it wasn't the main event, but now it makes sense why it wasn't the main event.
Yeah, when I was watching it here, I thought they missed something. Like, I thought a match got canceled or something. But yeah it should have been the main. Well, not it should have been. You would have thought it was the main event.
Exactly. Yeah. So we had Hideo Itami in Chicago hit the GTS, or the go to sleep, on Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode rolled out of the ring, so Itami wasn't able to capitalize. And then, so Bobby Roode, in the end, hit 3 glorious DDTs, and he picked up the victory.
Yeah, which was awesome to see. At the end of this match in the locker room, Hideo Itami was throwing like temper tantrums, I guess, which is a .com exclusive. So it was just, I don't know what they're going on with that, but he was a little upset that he lost to Bobby Roode here.
Yeah, I think he's just frustrated because everybody that he was there with before has either moved up or is champion.
Yeah, that's true. Injuries have really caused him to not advance in his career.
Yeah, so I think he's just, really frustrated. And the guy to got to talk to him in the locker room was Cassius Ohno. So we could very well see those two a few times in the future.
Which I am okay with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then, in the main event of the evening, we had the ladder match for the NXT Tag Team titles. AOP ended up retaining the titles against DIY, but this match deserved to be the main event because it was just amazing. Had a lot of crazy spots going on in this match. We had suplexes and splashes going through ladders. Ellering ended up getting super kicked in this match. It was unreal. And at the end of this match, Huge surprise. Champa turned heel on Gargano and just beat the living hell out of him. The whole arena was in shock. Tom Phillips was in shock. Gargano ended up hitting him with a running knee. Then Ciampa hit Gargano with a running knee, and then he pile drove Gargano through 2 tables. And unfortunately, Gargano had to leave the arena on a stretcher. This was just a great way to end the show because it was an absolute shocker. Nobody saw it coming, and it was just kind of sad they're no longer a tag team.
Yeah, this was an awesome match, but this sucked.
Yeah.
It sucks that they're breaking up, and yeah, like you said, just left on a stretcher, and oh man, it was so emotional.
Yeah, it was hard not to get a little teary-eyed watching these two break up.
Yeah, so it sucks that they're not together anymore, but I'm really excited for them to face off with each other because in the Cruiserweight Classic we saw how good those two are facing off with each other.
Yeah, they had the match of the Cruiserweight Classic in my opinion.
Yeah, same with me. That's what I thought as well. So they were actually living together.
Yeah.
And Tommaso Ciampa posted a picture of an empty room. So it looks like he might have moved out of the Gargano household.
Yeah, well, it would be a little awkward living there after that.
So yeah, that was. Oh yeah, and they showed the copyright thing in the corner of the screen. So I thought the show was over.
Yeah.
And then all we see is Gargano get thrown into the Titantron or the video board, whatever you want to call it, by Ciampa, and it was just insane.
Yeah. So that was NXT Chicago. If you guys remember our predictions from last week and what happened at NXT Chicago, I won this pay-per-view's predictions. So Sudds is now going to have to be wearing a extra large John Cena T-shirt and take a picture with it.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to that. So that's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't want to wear a nice tight John Cena T-shirt?
Exactly. So that was a very solid way to start the weekend. Takeovers are always so good. And yeah, so that was Takeover, and then the next night we had Backlash. So to start off the show, Ty Dillinger faced off with Aiden English once again, and of course Ty Dillinger picked up the victory with the modified tiebreaker, the better tiebreaker. So he picked up the victory to start the show.
Yeah, great pre-show match here. Got Ty Dillinger on the show, and he picked up the victory. So on the main card, the opening match was Dolph vs. Shinsuke. So both pay-per-views this weekend had hell of an opening match. Dolph vs. Shinsuke was unreal, and near the end of the match, me and you were both saying it seemed like they were shooting on each other, like, for real.
Yeah, it was stiff as hell.
Yeah, they were hitting each other pretty hard. Dolph tried to double leg Nakamura a couple times. But in the end, Nakamura hit the King Sasha and won his debut match on SmackDown Live, which was awesome to see.
Yeah, I think Dolph was like a good opponent for Shinsuke to start off with.
Yeah, for sure. And Shinsuke's just going to be moving on to bigger and better things. And after we found out on Tuesday, so is Dolph, really.
Yeah. Truth. So next we had the highlight of Backlash in the comedy part.
Yeah.
Breezango against the Usos. So Tyler Breeze just started out as a janitor, so he's mopping the ring apron, and then he went into the match and used his mop kind of as a weapon. So he got knocked out as the janitor. So then he turned into an old lady. And that was hilarious. But then they took his dress off and threw the dress kind of towards the crowd, and it hit JBL in the head.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
That was hilarious. And then, so in the end, after all of that, the Usos retained their titles.
Unfortunately, but you predicted that they would, and you got that right. I see Breezango winning the titles eventually.
Yeah, I feel like they're so good at comedy, though.
They don't need the titles?
Well, not that they don't need the titles, but that they're not going to get the titles.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, so that was a great tag team match. Then we moved on to Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, where we actually saw Sami Zayn pick up the victory, but not without cost because he got his ass whooped during this match. But in the end, he came in with a victory, and I predicted he would. So that was great. Great match there.
Yeah, it was actually... I was kind of surprised that Sami got the win, just because I know he's been losing so much, and I didn't think this would be the time for him to win. But yeah, he beat Baron Corbin. So that's awesome for Sami. Can only go up from there, possibly. Maybe not.
Yeah, he probably will start losing again.
Yeah. So our next match here was the welcoming committee against Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and the women's champion Naomi. You know, this was a pretty good 6-woman tag match.
Yeah, I got the women on the card.
Yeah, exactly. Got everybody on the card. But Natty picked up the victory for her team by putting the sharpshooter on Becky.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so the welcoming committee were the victors.
Yeah, so this kind of just is prolonging their feud. It definitely didn't end the feud, in my opinion. It just prolonged it. So, yeah, good match for the middle of the Backlash card. Next, we had another amazing match. Wasn't a fan of the finish, but it was a great match. It was Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles for the United States title. This was a hell of a match. Had great storytelling with AJ's injured right leg, I believe. Just Kevin Owens putting heat on it the whole match. He worked it the whole match. And the way Kevin Owens won this match was by countout because AJ was going for the Styles Clash on a table, but Kevin got out of it and put AJ's leg in like the hole where the monitors go. So AJ's leg got trapped in there. Kevin Owens got back in the ring and won by countout. So I kind of like that he won by countout here so that AJ didn't lose cleanly and AJ could have a say that he deserves a rematch. Also, it's Kevin Owens. He's a bad guy, so he does whatever it takes to win. But I would have liked him to win in the ring, but hey, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I actually like the fit. I'm fully on board with the finish of this one. Just like you said, like they don't really want AJ to lose, and Kevin he's a heel, though he doesn't really win clean all the time. So I was fine with the finish of this one.
Yeah, true. They had a hell of a match together.
Oh, they did. It was, yeah. I will say, if it was a clean finish, it would have made the match like probably maybe even like the match of the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Or at least the match of Backlash, but due to the finish, it probably lowered a little bit, but it was still, like you said, it was a hell of a match. So our next match here was Luke Harper against Erick Rowan, and just two former Wyatt family members just going back and forth, hitting hard, but Luke Harper beat Erick Rowan.
Yeah, this match was really just a filter between the Kevin Owens AJ and the Jinder Randy match, just to calm people down, get people ready for the main event. It's kind of your popcorn match, if you will, and it didn't involve two women, it involved two big beasts.
Yeah.
Match was what it was, but I predicted Luke to win because Luke is the better athlete and better superstar, and I got that one right.
Oh yeah, Luke is better by far. I really should have picked Luke as well, but I didn't.
Yeah. So then we had the main event of Backlash, where we saw Randy Orton putting up his WWE title against Jinder Mahal. Whoever thought I would be saying that in a main event of a pay-per-view. So yeah, this match was good. I really enjoyed it. The Saints got involved as to be, like, obviously. So at one point they pulled Jinder out of the ring when Randy hit the RKO on him. So saved Jinder the match there. Randy got pissed and ended up suplexing both of the Saints on the announce table. And one he suplexed a little too hard because the guy landed right on his head. Even Randy's reaction after that was hilarious. She's like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah, it's like, oh god.
Yeah, then
my bad.
Went over and checked on him, which is good. He seemed fine. He was on SmackDown, so all was good. But he suplexed him a little too hard because those things are probably like 100 pounds soaking wet. So like he just suplexed him too hard, and the guy like flipped. It was hilarious.
Oh, it was.
So yeah, but in the end, Jinder hit the Kalash, also known as the Finish in English, and beat Orton for the WWE Championship.
This was
shock of the weekend. I think this was a bigger shock than Gargano and Champa.
It very well might have been, but yeah, it's crazy. Jinder Mahal is the WWE champion,
the 50th WWE champion.
It's insane.
Yeah, I've been behind Jinder ever since his time on Talking Smack, and I'm glad he's won the WWE title. I didn't know he'd do it this quick, but he did, and way to go, Jinder.
Yeah, he certainly deserves it just because like he's doing so well.
Yeah, most definitely.
But it was just such a shock.
Oh yeah, I loved it. They just showed the crowd, and the whole crowd was in shock.
It was insane. So that was Backlash. Cam won the predictions. So look out for next week for my review of TNA Impact.
I'm looking for that. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm sure you are.
So I'm 3-0 on these predictions.
Yeah. Yes, you are. So, yeah, that was Backlash. So then we had Monday Night Raw. Just started off with so Bray and Roman are delivering promos, and then Kurt Angle comes out, makes a match of Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. And then during that match, Joe comes out, attacks both of them. Then Seth Rollins comes out, and he attacks. And then we had Kurt Angle set up a main event of a tag team match.
Yeah, I kind of saw this coming a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as they all came out. Good way to open Raw with these few segments here. I enjoyed it. Roman versus Wyatt. We saw for the better half of last year they had a feud, so it's good to rekindle that feud, like Wyatt kind of brought up during his promo, which I thought was a good way to open Raw.
Yeah.
Next, we had Dean Ambrose going up against the debuting Elias Samson. So Elias Samson finally had a match here, Sudds, and you know what? He looked pretty impressive during this match. Really, really aggressive, like Corey Graves was bringing up. Annoying as a guitar player and a drifter, but he's an aggressive wrestler.
He is, yeah. He's a solid wrestler.
Yeah. So during this match, I actually like to finish this match.
Oh, me too.
The Miz came down. Elias and Dean were both laid out, and the Miz looked at Elias Samson, looked at Dean, and then ended up punching Elias back in the back of the head. So the referee disqualified Dean Ambrose, just kind of giving us a prelude to their Extreme Rules match in a week. So because if Dean gets disqualified, the Miz gets his championship.
Yeah, so, yeah, like you said, it was a good way to end it, and Drifter looked impressive. Hope he still just drifts in the background of everything and just bothers everyone and annoys everyone. But, yeah, that was a good debut for him. I guess he did pick up the victory. So.
He did. He has a victory over Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Champion.
So there you go. So our next part here was just a kind of backstage segment or just video, and Enzo Amore was attacked.
He was knocked out.
He was knocked out.
And, yeah, the referees came with Big Cass, and Big Cass was yelling, "Who did it? And we both think he did it.
I think it was Cass for sure.
Just because we have tag teams breaking up left, right, and center here.
And if it wasn't Cass, later in the night, people said they saw the Revival in the background, so it might have been the Revival coming back.
Yeah, there was a video on Twitter, I think. I don't remember who posted it, but yeah, it shows the Revival were backstage.
Yeah, so it could be the Revival. I think it would be awesome if it was Cass.
Yes, I'd like Cass to go by himself.
Oh, me too. Enzo's good at what he does, but it's getting old.
Very old. So then we had two club members going up against each other, Finn versus Carl Anderson. Before the match, Finn was cutting a promo, but Paul Heyman interrupted it, saying that the people in the fatal five-way at Extreme Rules don't have a chance against Brock, at Great Balls of Fire. But that of anybody in that Fatal 5-Way, Paul wants Finn versus Brock. That's a little interesting, that Finn-Paul Heyman connection going on here. Don't know what to make of it yet, but I think Extreme Rules will give us a big tell. But then after all that, Finn ended up beating his good brother Carl. So I was more interested in the promo. Yeah. The match was good. It was cool seeing two former club guys going at it in WWE. But the real part here was the Paul Heyman promo with Finn.
Oh yeah, that was certainly interesting. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be amazing if Finn Balor was the next
Paul Heyman guy.
The next Paul Heyman guy, but Finn also has the club with him.
Yeah, this is true.
And then they turn on Brock or something.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Fatal 5-Way match, and then whoever faces Brock at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. Our next match here was Sasha Banks facing off with Alicia Fox once again. So Sasha won with the double knees in the corner. Doesn't usually win with that, but whatever.
Yeah, she was facing Alicia Fox.
Yeah, true. Sasha won, but after the match, Alicia Fox and Noam Dar went after Sasha, and at one point, Noam Dar looked like he was about to slap Sasha.
Yeah, I would have loved to see him try.
He tried, and then Sasha just hit him so hard he was knocked in the next week. It was hilarious.
Yeah, so I don't think their feud's over.
No, not at all, which kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, at least Sasha's on TV.
Exactly, it's something.
Next, we saw this awesome backstage promo with Goldust. It was very old school Goldust, saying he's in charge of his film now, and that the golden age is back. I loved it. I love heel Goldust, like I mentioned on last week's show. I just think this is going to be an awesome way to probably end his career with WWE. Just amazing.
Yeah, I love this as well. I think he should go full on creepy though, and just bother everybody on the entire roster.
Bring back the wig.
Bring back the wig, of course. So our next match here was Matt Hardy against Sheamus, and the winner of this match would pick the stipulation for their match at Extreme Rules, their tag team title match at Extreme Rules. And so Matt ended up winning, and surprisingly, he picked a steel cage match.
Yeah, not a ladder match.
I thought it would have been ladder or TLC, but I guess a steel cage essentially has 4 ladders around it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sure we'll see some high spots there, but so look forward to that at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, for sure. And Cesaro and Sheamus looked a little worried there that they're going to be in a steel cage match with the Hardys.
Yeah.
So next we had the women's segment of the night, where we saw Alexa James going one-on-one with Mickie James. Did I just say
Alexa Bliss?
Did I just say Alexa James?
Alexa Bliss going one-on-one with Mickie James.
Yep, that's who was in the match. So Alexa ended up winning this match, and at the end of it, she grabbed a kendo stick and hit Mickie in the back with it. So that prompted Bayley to come down to the ring, and she tried to hit Alexa with the kendo stick, I believe, but hesitated. I believe she hesitated here, which gave time to Alexa to get out of the ring. So we shall see if Bayley's really willing to get hardcore for this Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. I think it's really not in her character or whatever, but I think she can get a little hardcore, a little extreme.
Yeah, she did beat the hell out of Tommy Dreamer on the Edge of Christian show with the kendo stick.
She sure did. So next year we had our main event of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt. And so this is just your classic put-together tag team match. Everybody trying to do their own thing, do their own finish. But there's one part during the match where Roman runs into Seth. Seth easily could have got out of the way. It was clearly an accident, but that's beside the point, I guess. So Seth kind of blamed Roman, and then kind of got distracted. And Samoa Joe put the coquina clutch on Seth, and Seth passed out. once again to the Coquina Clutch.
That's one deadly finisher.
It really is. So that was the match, and then we had a little backstage segment where Finn Balor, according to Kurt Angle, but Finn Balor comes in, says to Kurt, that was a good match, but next time involve me. So that sets up for next week. Finn versus Joe versus Bray.
And a triple
threat. And then Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for next week on Raw.
Looking forward to both of those matches. Seth versus Roman should be really, really good. We've kind of been waiting to see that since before Seth got hurt 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to next week's Raw.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a solid way to go into Extreme Rules. Get everybody.
Yeah, it should be a great go-home show.
Absolutely.
So that was our Raw review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's move on to SmackDown Live. So SmackDown Live was just coming off of Backlash. So Shane McMahon comes down to the ring and announces how good Backlash was, but right away is looking forward to Money in the Bank, which is SmackDown Live's next pay-per-view, and saying Randy Orton will get his rematch at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship against Jinder. He also announces the Money in the Bank ladder match, which is one of his favorite matches, which I don't blame him. It's one of mine.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And he's going to name the 5 participants in this match. They were Shinsuke Nakamura, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and AJ Styles. But Kevin Owens comes down and is wondering why he's not in the match and basically winds his way into getting into the match. So Kevin Owens is your 6th member of the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I'm happy about.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Kevin Owens and ladder matches are awesome. But Shinsuke basically says, yeah, you just cried your way into the match. You don't deserve to be in it. So that sets up their little feud. Also, AJ called Kevin Owens SmackDown Live's Eric Cartman, which I found kind of funny. And Baron Corbin also attacked Sami Zayn here. I calling him Rudy. I don't know. I'm a big Rudy fan.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, just mentioned that, he only did good because all the backups were in. I don't know. You still made the sack there, Baron. Anyway, that was a good way to open up SmackDown, just setting up the matches for the night and introducing 2 matches for the next SmackDown Live pay-per-view.
Yeah, for sure. Our next match here was Becky and Charlotte with Naomi versus Carmella and Natty with Tamina and Ellsworth in their corner. And really not a whole lot to say here, but Carmella tapped out to the Disarm Her, which is from Becky Lynch, after Tamina and Ellsworth unsuccessfully tried to interfere.
Yeah, so this made the good guy, girl team go over on SmackDown. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it on Backlash. But hey, they're looking strong here.
Yeah.
So then we had Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin in a rematch from Backlash. This match was very, very quick because Sami Zayn all he did was get a roll-up on Corbin. Got the 1-2-3, but unfortunately, Baron Corbin got angry and absolutely destroyed Sami Zayn here. I threw him into the crowd, threw him over barricades, threw him into barricades. Unfortunately, Sami had to leave on a stretcher, so this is not looking good for him at Money in the Bank, but we shall see.
Yeah, I guess don't mess with Baron Corbin.
No, because he's a sore loser.
That's probably true. Our next segment here was the Fashion Files, which we weren't sure if it was going to be the last one or not. It still very well might be. But,
yeah.
But it was all comedy gold once again. So, like, Tyler Breeze walks in with a costume box. Well, first, Shane McMahon's there. He's like, what is this?
Yeah, it was his office.
Yeah, it was his office. And, like, who did this? Like, what is going on here? And then Tyler Breeze walks in with his costume box. Fandango asks Shane where his mustache went. Like, Shane's like, I never had a mustache. What are you talking about? And then Shane asks them if they know they're not real cops. And Fandango's like, yeah, my dad says that too. I think you both might be right. Then they hand over their guns.
Well, first their badges.
Oh, yeah, they hand over their badges. which, sure, you don't even need them because you're not real cops.
And Breeze asked, should we hand in our guns too?
Yeah, should we hand in our guns too? And
Shane's like, you guys got guns?
you guys got guns. And, of course, they are water guns.
Yeah.
They're loaded.
Careful, it's loaded.
Careful, it's loaded. So that was freaking hilarious. That was all good. And then Shane puts them back on the case and says that they're each going to face an Uso one-on-one.
Yeah, so this was amazing comedy gold, like you said. It's amazing that on SmackDown Live, the two most over things right now are the Fashion Police and Jinder Mahal.
It's crazy. Like, I never thought that, 2 months ago.
No, it's crazy how things go on SmackDown Live. So then we had the celebration for the Maharaja. Basically, this was just Jinder celebrating his WWE title win. He just was insulting America, said he was the greatest champ of all time. Then he basically just said all that in Punjab. Surprisingly here, Randy didn't come and attack him, or anybody came and attack him, because usually these title celebrations don't go very well for the champion. But no, nothing happened except for a lot of pyro at the end. A lot of pyro.
Yeah, I was also surprised Randy didn't come out, but I think Randy might be plotting something for Money in the Bank. He's gonna make Jinder not even gonna go near Jinder until Money in the Bank.
Yeah, just build up his anger towards him and just lash it out at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was the celebration of the Maharaja. It was pretty good. It was kind of stereotypical Indian, but that's beside the point. Our next match here was, so we had Jey Uso against Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze won real quick. And then we had...
Fandango used his gun during this match, didn't he? Or was that in Fandango's match?
I don't know.
The squirt gun was used.
The squirt gun was used. So, yeah, Breeze won. Then we had Jimmy Uso against Fandango. Fandango won. It was pretty quick as well. So then Breezango, they asked for a tag title match. And so... The Usos accepted, and then Mike Chioda went on the...
Went to the headset.
Went to the headset.
To the call upstairs.
Yeah, asked Shane, and Shane said, let's do it.
I like that he went to the headset there.
Yeah, it was cool.
Just those little things they do just kind of makes it awesome.
Yeah, it made it like it wasn't already a thing.
Yeah. Or instead of Shane just coming out.
Yeah.
Just like the referee, okay, let me go check so I can talk to the
exactly.
guy.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. So the title match... It was on, and it was a solid back and forth match. Really thought the Fashion Police were gonna win.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in the end, the Usos picked up the victory.
Which I'm fine with because they're a really dominant tag team. They keep getting told that they are because they've been there for so long. So I'm fine with this victory.
Yeah, I hope we still get to see some Fashion Files.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I think it probably makes more sense for the Usos to win anyways.
Yeah, especially with the New Day coming back. New Day Usos would be a better feud.
Oh, exactly.
So we had the main event of the evening. We had a tag team match again. The tag team match was on Raw as well. So we had AJ and Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Ziggler. Awesome tag team match here. Great back and forth. Just plenty of false finishes going on. Everybody trying to hit their moves. Stuff like that, but in the end, AJ and Shinsuke picked up the win after Kevin Owens received the Kinshasa. So yeah, that was kind of a great way to end SmackDown, and I just liked they had the little face-off going on there. But as the show went off between AJ and Nakamura.
Yeah, that was a good way to end it. Certainly a dream match of everybody's to see in the WWE, maybe WrestleMania or something, but...
Yeah, and those two were probably the favorites to win the briefcase.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually found it kind of interesting that Kevin Owens took the Kinshasa.
Yeah, true.
Because it's a possibility that Shinsuke, maybe if he doesn't win the Money in the Bank, because of Kevin Owens or just from something else, that maybe those two could feud over the U.S. title.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
So that was SmackDown Live review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, We'll move on to kind of a quick NXT review just because not a lot happened this week. So let's just get it through and over with.
Yeah, so NXT this week was really just basically all recorded before Takeover. So they didn't really get a whole lot in there, but they just had some video packages. Nothing too major to talk about. But so we just had 3 matches here. It was Aleister Black facing off with Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, good to see Kurt Hawkins down there at NXT.
Yeah, and Aleister Black wins with the Black Mass once again. Our next match here was the debuting Velveteen Dream.
Man, I don't know if Patrick Clark's got some heat down there, because he just has some very flamboyant characters down at NXT.
I have a feeling it's all him.
Yeah,
all his idea.
That's all him there?
Oh, yeah. And I found it kind of funny that they were just calling him Velveteen or Dream. They didn't, he's not Patrick Clark. Patrick Clark does not exist anymore.
No, he's the Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream, which is, it's something.
That's for sure.
And so then our main event here, which was previously announced last week, it was Drew McIntyre against Wesley Blake. You know, it was a pretty decent match, pretty good match, but of course Drew McIntyre fairly easily beats Wesley Blake, who we haven't seen in months.
No, I thought he wasn't even there anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So that was NXT. Definitely, I'm looking forward to next week's.
Yes, because of what happened at TakeOver.
So this was just a kind of quick and easy episode, but next week's should be more action-packed.
Well, I totally agree. Moving on to our news segment. Not much going on in the news, which is good and bad, I guess. So just the new WWE Women's Tournament in the summer is going to be named the Mae Young Classic, and it can't be more apropos than Mae Young.
Yeah, I think that's a solid name. Perfect person to name it after.
For sure.
So our next bit of news here is there was kind of like a rumor going around, or just some totally fake, totally false, that Nikki Bella was fired from WWE.
Clearly she wasn't.
There's no chance.
No chance in hell.
No chance in hell. Exactly.
So, and what for? Just
yeah, I don't even really know. Yeah, it was just stupid.
Yeah, but apparently she got hot about it because she lashed out and said, I wasn't fired.
Yeah. Just people, stop spreading rumors, stop starting shit. Not necessary.
You guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, that was just a little bit of news this week, and then we're going to go into 5 count.
I'll start this week. So, since Money in the Bank is coming up and it's been brought up lately, what do you think about a women's Money in the Bank match?
I think
a pink briefcase?
Definitely not a pink briefcase.
Oh, fine.
Because they are not the divas anymore.
Well, what color will it be? It won't be blue because the men's is blue.
Make it black or something. Doesn't,
all right.
Just not pink. That's kind of going back to the diva era. But I think, women's Money in the Bank would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think just have less superstars in it. 4 women, 5 women, maybe.
Yeah, just if they had it on SmackDown, just do what they have.
Or do a pre-show match.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know about pre-show, but they should do. They should make it a tournament.
Yeah, a tournament.
It's impossible.
You're the Teddy Long of tournaments.
It's impossible. There's not enough people, but I think a women's Money in the Bank match would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know about this year. Probably not, because it hasn't been announced yet. But I think in the future, there's got to be a women's Money in the Bank.
Even if Raw did one, just to get back at SmackDown for having the men's pay-per-view.
Yeah, true.
Just Raw has it on an episode of Raw, they have a women's Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, I think women's Money in the Bank would definitely be pretty cool. So our next thing here is who do you think should do commentary for the Mae Young Classic? Should it be
Well, I think JR should be the main guy. Then I think maybe Lita.
Yeah.
JR Lita kind of thing would be cool. JR Trish.
Yeah, JR Lita, JR Trish, Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, but we learned Beth can really talk from the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. And previously on NXT, before we've had Renee Young do commentary.
So, like, have her call it? Like, do the play-by-play?
She could, or just be on the on the commentary team. I think
also make like a three-person booth.
Yeah, 3-person booth. I think JR. JR's gotta like be the main guy there. But I think one of like Lita, Beth Phoenix, Trish, one of them, and I think it'd be cool to have like Renee Young. She's done commentary before, and love Renee Young.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good idea. Know what else is a good idea? Put American Alpha back on TV. They're an amazing tag team. Utilize them. I don't care if you put them in squash matches versus local enhancement talent. Just put them on TV, please. They're amazing to watch. Don't bury them like the Ascension, please.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Gotta see more American Alpha.
Yeah, I don't even care if you put them in a feud with the Ascension. Just put them on TV.
Yeah, I guess the problem with that is they seem to only have or make time for one
tag team feud.
Yeah, one tag team, even like segment on SmackDown.
It's probably a 2-hour show.
Oh yeah,
but also the great thing.
Yeah, exactly. So the next one I have here is kind of around the same thing, putting someone back on TV. But what's up with Rusev?
Yeah, they're just canceling out his gimmick here of maybe he just went back to Bulgaria.
He must have because he demanded a title shot, or he's going back home.
And then he said he'd show up on SmackDown, and we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, so that is certainly interesting. I think what I'm thinking about this is maybe like he enters into the Money in the Bank match, maybe after maybe Sami Zayn's not medically cleared to compete, or if Sami is medically cleared and then Baron just destroys him again and then we have a surprise entrant. But
yeah, I could see that, or they just add Rusev to it.
They easily could just add Rusev.
They've had 9-man Money in the Banks before.
Yeah.
So speaking of Money in the Bank again, should Raw also have a Money in the Bank briefcase? Because there's 2 brands now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really all I can say is absolutely they should have Money in the Bank.
Even if they're not on the pay-per-view, they can just have a match on Raw. There's 3 hours.
Yeah.
You want to compete with SmackDown Live, you should have a Money in the Bank as well.
Or even go back to putting it at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Like, look, SmackDown Live has won. They won the Survivor Series, I believe. They won the Royal Rumble.
And they get Money in the Bank.
And now they have Money in the Bank. Like, come on, Raw. Pick up your game.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. Raw's got to get Money in the Bank as well.
Yeah. Now, time to review our match of the week. Last week's match of the week. Sudds had us watch Shinsuke Nakamura's debut on NXT, and he debuted against the leaving of NXT, Sami Zayn. This match, oh my god, match of the year, if they still had the Slammies, in my opinion. One of the stiffest matches in WWE history. I wouldn't say history in general, because I haven't watched a bunch of other stuff. But definitely one of the stiffest matches in WWE history. Just Nakamura's kicks were just friggin' stiff. Seemed real. At one point, he kicked Sami Zayn in the head. That Sami was hit so hard in the head, he just kind of like was passed out on his feet and was hit so hard he forgot to fall down. Just, it was amazing. Lots of false finishes in the end. In the end, Nakamura picked up the victory by kicking Sasha and Sami Zayn for like the 2nd or 3rd time. This should have closed out Takeover Dallas, in my opinion, because after that, no other match was as good. Just an amazing match. I loved every minute of it.
Oh yeah, it was the perfect way to show off Nakamura to the NXT fans, the WWE fans.
And send off Sami Zayn.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was an amazing match. Like you said, one of, if not the match of the year.
Yeah, for sure. So I know we have another great match for this upcoming week's match of the week. So Sudds, what are we watching?
Yeah, so this week's match of the week is Owen Hart versus Bret Hart from WrestleMania 10. So the reason it's the match of the week is, so it's the 21-year anniversary of Owen Hart's very, very unfortunate death. But we're
going to celebrate his life?
Yeah, we're going to celebrate his life, kind of. For those of you that maybe have never seen him wrestle before, just give you something that you should watch. And
he's facing his brother here in the opening match of WrestleMania 10. Just watch it, love it like I know you will. Two great Canadians going at it. And let us know what you think of the match. And when you do that, use the hashtag
BTB Match of the Week. Short and simple.
Yeah, perfect.
So, our next segment here, it's What's Got Cam Hot.
So, what's got me hot this week is me and you watched Backlash at a party over the weekend. And I couldn't help to hear the people that were at this party that weren't big fans of wrestling use the famous four-letter F word, Sudds.
Fake.
Yeah, fake. I don't know what you guys were thinking about. Get your mind out of the gutter. But they used the fake word when discussing professional wrestling. And I hate this word so much when it comes to wrestling. It's not fake. Yes, the matches are predetermined, but that's exactly what it is. It's predetermined. These guys are on the road 300 days of the year. There's no off season here. They are constantly hurting their bodies more than some athletes ever could even imagine. There have been professional football players, professional boxers that have tried to do this sport and can't do it because it's so rigorous on their body. And that just the training is just, the cardio you have to do this is just amazing. And the people that do this are real athletes. And it really pisses me off when you say what they're doing is fake. Because what they're doing is not fake. People have, unfortunately, you just mentioned Owen Hart.
Mm-hmm.
He died doing what he loved. So, yeah. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle again because he's hurt himself too many times by doing this. Countless other superstars that I don't want to get into right now because this is really, the fake word really pisses me off. And if you ever use it in front of me, I will tell you it's not fake, it's predetermined. And I'll fight over the word fake, and it should never be used when discussing any pro wrestling. Even that shitty TNA, it's not fake. Seems fake.
It does seem fake, but
what they're doing in that ring's not fake.
Yeah,
so
no.
Please don't use that word.
Yeah, it's not fake. That's it.
Yeah.
It's predetermined, like you said. Just don't call it fake.
Yeah.
It is not.
All right, so let's get out of here. If you guys want to interact with us on Twitter, please do. Actually, please interact with us on Twitter. We're bored. Follow my account at CamBurnettBTB.
Follow my account at SudsBTB.
The show account that's run by both of us is at BTB Wrestling Pod.
We have a Facebook page. It is Behind the Barricade, a Wrestling Fans Podcast. Be sure to drop a like on there.
After you're done listening to this video, hit that like and subscribe button here on YouTube. And you know what? I enjoyed this week. See you guys next week. Suds, let's get out of here.
And if you only learned one thing from this week, let that be to never go to the top rope.